Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Abby with Abby Reviews, and this is going to be my review and recap of Bel Air Season 1, Episode 8. Now, small housekeeping tidbits. One, I'm short of nail. Y'all not paying no attention. Two, the way I look now is probably not going to be the way I look by the end of this video. And I think that's it for now. When we last left off, Carlton came to the realization his cousin was digging out his ex-girlfriend's guts, and the police showed up. And she had to call in her daddy to get them, because that fucking Connor is a jackass. Cousin already. Alright, let's go. Wait a damn minute. So, Aunt Viv, okay, so Will Mama is here for his birthday. His punishment for the party is on hold because his mama's coming for his birthday. Apparently Uncle Phil made some deals with the commissioner for them not to get into any trouble for this party, for them to keep it on the planning with the hush hush because the politician people know. So he's Uncle Phil, Carlton are on the golf course with the assemblyman, and he was like, "You got to get your family under control." He's like, "But my family ain't on the ballot." He was like, "Y'all, that's all, but you're in the news. Your daughter's person thirst trap videos. Your wife haven't been on the campaign trail, so she had an outburst at that one thing, and so y'all gonna have to get it together, or this ain't gonna work." So Aunt Viv and Aunt Vi, they get back to the house, and so Vi says, "I'm thinking of telling Will about his daddy." And she was like, "What you gonna tell?" And Vi's like, "What you gonna tell him?" And she was like, "Everything." He was like, "I know he might be hurt, but in the end, it might be better for him." And he was like, "He's going to hate us. Is Uncle Phil his real daddy?" Cause Aunt Vi said she ain't been out there in 20 years since they got married. Was she fucking on Uncle Phil? No, that can't be right. Because if she ain't seen Phil in 20 years and Will is like 16, that the math ain't mathing. Is something going on, and is Jeffrey his daddy? I don't know. No, I don't think so. Who Will daddy is and what the problem is. What if it's Fred? Ooh, I would die. Okay, we gonna figure it out. Okay, let's go. So apparently Will's daddy's name is Lou. Is that who Will Smith is going to play when he comes on the show? He going to be his daddy? Ooh, okay. I got too excited about that. Vi told Phil that she was going to tell him about Lou. And he was like, that ain't a good idea. She shouldn't do that. She's out of her effing mind. Ooh. I don't know what the issue is with Lou, but it seems like it's a big problem. Meanwhile, Hillary arguing with her parents about doing the sexy chef shit, and they done left it alone. She gonna do whatever she gonna do. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and that's just what it is. Now, something else is going on with they had an argument about when their mama got sick, and Aunt Vi was there in Philly to help, and she feel like Vi and them didn't help, and it was like, we sent money. She's like, it pays bills, but it doesn't change bedpans. Well, daughter, that's what you was there for, and we told you to get a helper, but you decide. He was like, well, that was our mother. I think she owed more than us just getting her, but it's to help you as well. No need for you burning your candle at both ends, trying to do everything and becoming a martyr to help our parent, when I have money to help you facilitate making sure that she has the best care possible. Take the help. That's what I got out of it. I could be wrong, but that's what I understand, that you want a personal touch, and I understand that wholeheartedly. We had the same issues with my mama and my grandmother, but after a while with my grandmother's dementia, she had to go somewhere where there was 24-hour care, because my mama would have killed herself trying to take care of my grandmama. So I understand that wholeheartedly. They finna go to the beach, and I was telling Viv secrets, talk about she done climbed on the stage at the D'Angelo concert, and she was like, I didn't climb, I was invited. That man ain't said nothing to you. She said he invited me with his eyes. Really, Aunt Vi? Okay. All right, so we gonna see what happens there. We saw Ashley for like 45 seconds sitting on the couch when Aunt Vi first got there. I don't know. Something going on with Phil, and they said they feel like he gonna split the. Nobody wants to endorse him or Fred because they both running for the Democratic version for the DA seat, and they don't want to split the House vote. So I don't know how that's gonna turn out. We gonna see. All right, so Uncle Phil is having a conversation with Jeffrey about Lou. I feel like now they're gonna make Lou disappear so he don't mess up Will's life. Damn, you didn't even get that nigga a chance. Damn. So Jeffrey set up a meeting between Fred and Uncle Phil, and they posturing with each other over this fucking election. There's a lot going on. Then Will is at the beach with his mama. They're having a good time, and he says, giving his aunt and uncle props and stuff. And she was like, "So you just gonna give them props and not me? Who, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have gotten to this point in your life?" And he was like, "No, because I want to thank you, Ma, because I wouldn't have made it to this birthday if it hadn't been for you, and I thank you." And it was real sweet. And I appreciated it. I appreciated that a lot. Hillary has a conversation with Kylo. And she was like, "I came up with 4 different ideas for new videos, and all of them are fire." And he's like, "I knew you was gonna do this." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I did research on for you, and before you did this, and you dropped out of college, and you did this and XYZ." And he was like, "And so now you don't want to do this anymore." He's like, "You was fine. You was pissed at the video until it got you the sponsorships you were wanting. Now you want to leave the house, and you don't understand there's a huge kill fee in order for any of the content that you recorded while in this house belongs to me, and there's a huge kill fee to kill your contract." He said, "You didn't read your contract, did you?" Oh shit. Uncle Phil, you're gonna have to predatory. You're gonna have to come in and save the day. I can feel it coming. So Aunt Viv and Vi and Will are at lunch, and Will's mama is draining, honestly, because anytime Will mentions anything good that his aunt and uncle did, or the fact they've been to that restaurant before because the uncle took them, like, she is like over, she's done. And so when Aunt Vi mentions that she's trying to get this Neiman grant and stuff, and so Will's mama, I'm sorry y'all, Will's mama is like, "Oh, I'm so glad you picked it back up because I was disappointed when you stopped after all the sacrifices me and mama made for you to be an artist in the first place." Like, none of that is that. You ain't got to do all of that, daughter. You just don't. You really just don't. You really just don't. If you are resentful and jealous, just say that, daughter. All this extra you doing, you ain't got to do it. So Uncle Phil and Jeffrey are sparring and boxing and stuff, and Jeffrey is like, he's opposed to how Phil is handling the situation with Will and his daddy, and he was like, "This don't sit right with me." And he was like, "It doesn't matter because I'm the one that you work for me. You do what I say." And Jeffrey was like, "Wait." And I heard the words in his head, even though they never came out of his mouth. But he was like, "Who the fuck are you talking to, nigga? What?" And so he was like, "I just don't feel like," he's like, "Who are you to decide whether or not Will needs his dad in his life or vice versa?" Good question. Who's Lou? Where's Lou at? Where Lou be at? Is he hanging around in LA that they can just come and put their hands on him? Inquiring minds want to know. Now Aunt Vi was like, "Your daddy was a deadbeat, and he ran from scam to scam, trying to get rich and collecting debt all over town. And I believed his lies because I loved it in him until I got pregnant with you. And then I woke up, and you became my world. So I paid that nigga's debts off, and he disappeared because he knew I wouldn't take his shit no more." That sounds like a practice story that you've been telling yourself, that you've convinced yourself is the truth. And I feel like Red flags everywhere. Don't contact me again. I don't know. Something ain't right. Something is not right. So you mean to tell me that Carlton stopped snorting Xanax long enough to become the voice of reason, and he's okay with? Well, he's not talking to Lisa at all, but he's okay with his cousin dating his ex-girlfriend. What the bizarro is happening on this episode? Now Uncle Phil is caught late in traffic, so he's been staying. He got the food. He on his way back. So they go to open his gift. She has this. His mama gives him this. Why she give him this shit? He's 17. He don't want this. Okay, that could have been a secondary gift, but okay, whatever. She gave him a beautifully framed picture of her holding him as a baby. What 17-year-old boy wants a picture of his mama holding? Okay. Vi got him, his auntie got him a pair of signed limited edition Jordans. I don't know which Jordans they were. I couldn't tell you if they came and bit me on that behind. I don't know. But they limited edition Jordans and they signed by Michael Jordan himself. For a 17-year-old boy who plays basketball, you might as well have just laminated Lisa's coochie in diamonds and gave it to him. It's the same thing. So they get into a fight. You always trying to make me stand me up or make me feel like my stuff is not good enough. You trying to outdo me, all these things. And they get in this huge argument, and you can hear that Vi is coming from Will's mama's coming from like a place of hurt. It's a deep hurt and resentment, and you can see the actresses did a great job. You can see the undercurrent of emotion. It's just two hurt people lashing out at each other. Carlton goes to talk to his mama, and he was like, I know she said some hurtful things, but you don't think that it came from a place of hurt and not just anger? And she was like, no, she's made of steel. She put herself to college on her own. She raised Will on her own. She took care of our mother on her own. Did she? Took care of your ass too. Paid your bills. Made sure you were good before you and Phil got together. Made sure that you were fulfilling your dream as an artist. All with nobody. See, this is why I hate when people say I'm the strong one, because they always assume that you're okay and that you got everybody else, but nobody has you. And that's what they did to Will's mama. Nobody had her. She always had to be the strong one. And even in that thing, nobody ever comes back and says thank you. See? Jesus. So you mean to tell me one conversation between Will and Carlton and they cool? What the hell is happening? So Will talks to his mama, Carlton talks to his mama. They talk to each other. They come to a meeting of the minds, and apologies and all that good stuff is done. Then Carlton and Will say, I'm not want to have a 10-year grudge and hold on to stuff. And he was like, you coming here was the broad that stroked the camel's back for me. I'm just was trying to be perfect for my parents, and then you coming here and they loving you, and then you getting with Lisa, which just took me over. And so they dapped it up and they cool. This doesn't even make any what? This nigga was nothing but death to keep me from it to alright, we cool. What? What the fuck is happening? And then we get to Jeffrey is putting down, I feel like it was his resignation. I think he was quitting. And Will comes in and he was like, I need you to do me a favor. He's like, what? He's like, can you give me some information on my pops and what happened to him once he left me? And Jeffrey said he's like, I don't know if I can get all that information. He was like, could you at least find out where he is now? And he was like, that I can do. He's like, I can do that for you. And he was like, cool. And then they dabbed him up, and Jeffrey lost his smile as Will walked away. I don't know what was in that one. I feel like his resignation was in that envelope because Phil pulled rank on him in a way that he's apparently never done before, and all the time that they have been together working for him. I don't know. He's always seen himself as an equal. But Phil pulled rank on him, and he was like, no, bruv, that's not... What? No. So, that was the end of the episode. this was a lot and confusing. Like, so they just cool now? So we supposed to like Carlton now? Is that what's supposed to, like, I'm confused as to what we're supposed to be doing here. I guess. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you thought of this episode. Are you like, this don't make no damn sense? Just like I am? We'll talk about it in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell again. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.